So what happens if you take one of the most capable off-road cars and arguably one of the most recognisable cars out there and electrify it? This is what Mercedes call the G580. Yes, even the Mercedes G-Class, this incredible off-roader, is now having the electric treatment. But the question I had when I saw this announcement was, how can a massive square block of a car, the Mercedes G-Class, actually be any good as an electric car? I mean, let's be honest, as I said, it's a massive square block. EV manufacturers often optimise for aerodynamics, so is it actually going to be any good? Well, Mercedes have somehow managed to achieve quite a decent range on it, to be honest, with it topping out at about 293 miles WLTP. This is actually achieved by putting one of the largest batteries Mercedes have ever put in an electric car before, and this one's about 116 kilowatt hours. And of course, optimising airflow on the front, making this more aerodynamic than the petrol and diesel versions. It weighs in at just over 3 tonnes, which I know might sound like quite a lot, but bear with me a second. When you think of a normal G-Class like a diesel or even a petrol like the G63 that I've reviewed before, they weigh almost the same weight, anything from 2,600 kilograms to 2,700 kilograms. So in the grand scheme of things, about 300 kilograms more for the EV version I don't think is actually that bad, so it actually just goes to show you how heavy V8 engines are. 0 to 62 miles an hour is also 4.7 seconds, which is crazy fast, and accomplishes this by 4 e-motors, one on each wheel. And it's almost as fast as the original G63, because that's around 4.4 seconds, so 4.7 isn't that bad either. So anyone who's a fan of the G-Wagon look but wants to reduce the running costs, this could be the way to go. Now, G-Classes are renowned for their off-road capability. I've seen them personally, what they can do, and it's incredible. Sadly, this was actually before I started making videos on YouTube, but I do have some footage of it. What would render most cars grounded or ending quite literally in a ditch, the G-Class can do some serious off-roading. Stable driving on slopes of up to 35 degrees, travelling through water or mud up to 850mm or 33 inches on this new electric one, an approach angle of 32 degrees and departure angle of 30.7 degrees, breakover angle of 20.3 degrees. All these stats are just unheard of in cars. Design-wise, on the exterior, G-Classes have always had their unique look that has remained the same since day one, but a few slight differences on the exterior. Because of electrification, less ventilation is needed on the grille, so a couple of slats are installed here, but keeping the signature halo look on the lights introduced on the facelift a few years ago. There's also an illuminated grille surrounding the central Mercedes star. From other angles, it almost looks identical, but we move to the interior, Mercedes fans will spot some differences straight away. The G-Class has the new multimedia system called MBUX, which is very intuitive, featuring a touchscreen, touchpad in the middle and touch controls on the steering wheel, and some new dedicated off-road buttons with easy access to cameras and more on the off-road cockpit, and a thing called G-Turn. So yes, you can literally spin the car around using a thing called G-Turn, which Mercedes specifically state you should not use on public roads and is for off-road manoeuvring only. Fine, but I still want to try it out. New to the G-Class is also keyless go for the first time, so this is keyless entry on the door handles, a storage box in replacement of the wheel on the back, although there might be an option for a wheel in the future potentially, I'm not too sure at this moment in time. But in this box houses the charging cable and a bit more storage. And for those of you wondering what this sounds like, well, Mercedes have started to introduce some electric sounds for electric cars that you can optionally turn on. And the G-Class has a very unique one called G-Roar. Now that sounds pretty cool in itself, so I might have to try that one day as well. Think V8 sounds, but with kind of a little bit of a growl added as well. Not sure on pricing for the UK just yet, but in Germany it starts around €142,621, and prices for the edition one start at €192,524. But the question is, what are your thoughts on the G-Class finally going electric? I mean, certainly the running costs will be a lot cheaper, but for the starting price, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I certainly think it's going to be a very, very capable off-roader. Now I should add, Remove Before Racer, another YouTube channel, has actually had kind of insider access to this. If you wanted to see a walk around of the actual car, have a look on his little video just here. That one will take you straight to that one, and yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks for watching, see you soon.